Nothing beats the feeling of biting into a warm chocolate chip cookie. Soft and moist on the inside, lightly crisp on the outside, with gooey melted chocolate bursting in every bite. It's more than just a dessert. It's a symbol of comfort and joy. But have you ever wondered how these perfect little cookies are made by the millions every single day? In this video, we're diving into the sweet world of the multi-billion-dollar cookie industry to uncover the step-by-step process behind the tiny treats that have captured hearts all around the globe. Chocolate chip cookies, a sweet invention that began as a happy accident in 1937 by Ruth Wakefield at the Toll House Inn in Massachusetts, USA. When she ran out of baking chocolate, she used a semi-sweet Nestlé chocolate bar, thinking it would melt into the dough. Instead, the chocolate pieces held their shape, and just like that, the first chocolate chip cookie was born. Today, chocolate chip cookies are often mass-produced in modern factories using highly automated processes. While they may no longer have that freshly baked, gooey, melted chocolate texture, these cookies still retain their signature delicious flavor. A perfect balance of rich, buttery sweetness, a light, crisp exterior, and bold chocolate chunks. And now, millions of people around the world can enjoy them anytime. Our journey begins in the ingredient prep area, where everything is carefully inspected and prepped to create the perfect cookie dough. Sugar, oil, and flour are delivered in bulk and stored in massive silos just outside the factory. The chocolate chip cookie recipe used here calls for a precise blend of white and brown sugar, locally milled organic flour, rich butter made from grass-fed cow's milk, and a mix of milk chocolate and semi-sweet dark chocolate. Using two types of chocolate adds depth to the flavor. The smooth sweetness of milk chocolate complements the subtle bitterness of dark chocolate, striking the perfect balance. With every bite, you'll taste real chocolate melting in your mouth. Not overly sweet, not too bold. Just enough to highlight that perfect sweet and salty harmony in every cookie. Once the ingredients are ready, it's time to mix the dough. Each component is added to a giant industrial mixer, overseen by an experienced technician who carefully weighs the exact amount of sugar, butter, and eggs for every batch. The process starts with white sugar, followed by brown sugar, then softened butter. These ingredients are blended until the butter becomes smooth and creamy, and the sugars are evenly distributed. Next comes the flour, along with baking powder to help the cookies rise, and a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. Whole eggs, pre-beaten for consistency, are added, along with pure vanilla extract made from Madagascar vanilla beans. Then comes a top-secret step, a special liquid blend known only to the factory. This proprietary flavor booster is the result of years of research, crafted to enhance the natural flavors of each ingredient in the chocolate chip cookie. The mixing continues until the dough is completely uniform, a process that usually takes about 5 minutes. And now, the real star of the show, the chocolate chips. This factory uses semi-sweet chocolate, a perfect blend of sweet and bitter, for a balanced flavor that's not too sugary, not too sharp. Specifically, they use 64% dark chocolate, adding 2 giant bags, around 36 ounces total, to every batch. The chips are gently folded into the dough to keep them from breaking and to ensure they're evenly distributed throughout. This careful mixing guarantees that each cookie has the right amount of chocolate in every bite. Once baked, the chips melt just enough to create little pockets of chocolate inside the cookie, delivering a rich, gooey surprise when you take a bite. Each batch yields about 1,200 pounds of dough and goes into the oven, where it's fully baked in under 30 minutes. The result? 40,000 cookies in a single bake. With this level of production, the factory is capable of turning out up to 170 million cookies every year. Once the dough is ready, a specialized system of machines and conveyor belts kicks into action to shape the cookies. Before the process begins, technicians inspect the entire setup and fine-tune the size and shape settings to match the factory's chocolate chip cookie standards. The chocolate chip-loaded dough is transferred from the mixer into the hopper of the forming machine. Using gravity, the dough flows downward through a series of rollers that flatten it to the perfect thickness. Then it passes through a wire cutting system that slices the dough into uniform portions, each weighing around 1.4 ounces. And that's just one of many sizes the factory can produce. With high-speed output, the machine can shape up to 600 cookies every single minute. Throughout this process, everything is dialed in for precision, from the weight of each dough portion to the spacing of cookies on the baking trays. Each cookie is placed evenly apart, not only to prevent sticking, but also to ensure they bake evenly and come out looking picture perfect. During shaping, workers also perform visual checks to spot any irregularities or defects. Cookies that don't meet quality standards may be removed or adjusted by hand before moving on to the next stage. Next, the cookies head into the baking phase. The industrial ovens are preheated to the right temperature, typically between 300 and 350 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the recipe and specific production requirements. The average baking time is around 7 minutes, but it's fully adjustable. For larger cookies that need more time, the conveyor belt simply slows down, giving the cookies a few extra seconds in the oven. As they bake, the dough begins to spread, and the chocolate chips gently melt. The cookies flatten out, sometimes doubling in diameter. This is when tight control over time and temperature becomes crucial, ensuring every cookie is evenly baked, with no burnt edges or undercooked centers. The oven itself uses a modern convection system that circulates hot air throughout, eliminating any hot spots that could cause uneven baking. Even with all this automation, not every cookie makes the cut. Some may come out too dark or not baked enough. That's why workers are stationed along the line to inspect and remove any cookies that don't meet quality standards. This is the beginning of the cooling tunnel. From here, the cookies move into a secondary cooling chamber, where they're brought down to the ideal temperature for packaging. Each cookie needs about 45 minutes to fully cool before it can be packed, preventing trapped steam, which could lead to sogginess. If this step is skipped or rushed, cookies can lose their shape, dry out, or crumble too easily. No one gets to taste a cookie until it passes this crucial cool-down phase. A few cookies from each batch are sent to quality control, but the testers don't get to take a bite. Instead, they measure the diameter and height to ensure consistency in size and check that each cookie contains the right amount of chocolate chips. Once the cookies pass quality control, they're sent to the automated packaging area. Depending on the brand and product requirements, they may be individually wrapped in plastic or neatly stacked into boxes. During packaging, labels or barcodes are applied to the bags, providing key product details like expiration date and ingredient list. Some factories also use weight check systems to make sure every pack contains the exact number of cookies. Digital or automatic scales confirm that each package meets the required standards. Afterward, workers load the finished products onto pallets. These pallets are then moved into cold storage until it's time for refrigerated trucks to deliver them to customers. In the US alone, over 2 billion chocolate chip cookies are consumed each year, a staggering number that fuels a global cookie industry worth more than $30 billion. Here's a fun fact not many people know. When this beloved cookie started gaining popularity, Nestlé quickly struck a historic deal with its creator, Ruth Wakefield. In exchange for the legendary Toll House recipe, she received a lifetime supply of chocolate from Nestlé. A sweet ending befitting such a deliciously accidental invention. And that's how you get a gift-worthy chocolate chip cookie, just like homemade, without ever having to turn on your oven. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and share it with someone who might appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on more behind-the-scenes food journeys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.